Maybe it is. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it.
That's cute.
This is Lawrence Smith. You're listening to In the Game magazine on News Talk 105.9.
Hi, this is Ray Goff, former coach at the University of Georgia.
This is Coach David Perno, head baseball coach at the University of Georgia.
Let's get back to the In the Game High School Sports Magazine radio show with your host, Jeff Davis, and News Talk 105.9 WVGA.
All right, here we go. Thursday night, Jeff Davis, In the Game High School Sports Magazine 105.9 WVGA. We got a special show tonight. You know, we talk about high school sports all the time. This is what we're here for. But just before the calm, before the storm, which is storming right now, so we got a little patchwork going here today. But before we jump into high school season, which is what, 2, 3, 4 weeks away, I went to a couple practices today. I went down to Thomasville and watched him practice. I went over to TCC practice. And we're going to do a little military appreciation show today. For you who may know or may not, my dad was in the Navy for 20-some odd years, and so I have a special appreciation for the military, and I'm privileged to have in Master Sgt Mark Godwin from the 41st Rescue Squadron, the Jolly Green Giants. I've been chasing these guys for 3, 4, 5 weeks. You know, the government don't do anything quick. I don't know if you know that, Master Sergeant. But I appreciate them letting him come over here and talk to us, and then we're going to get Greg Zenon on the phone. He runs a program called Pro versus G.I. Joe, which is a pretty cool program. They hook up military guys with their favorite actor or actress or their professional sports hero, and they play video games online or with them if they're that's so they can get together. So that's a pretty cool little thing. They do a bunch of other things too. So we'll get him on the phone and talk to him. And I'm not saying this because he's sitting here, but if you know me, my favorite band is REO Speedwagon, always has been. And if you listen to this show, we had Bruce Hall on 2 years ago, which was awesome. It was a tremendously great interview. I really enjoyed having him. And my favorite artist, and I'm telling you, I'm not saying it because you're sitting there, John, is John Barry, and he's sitting here with us right now. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great.
We appreciate you coming. Now, if you don't know John Barry, where you been? Number one. Number two, when I lived in Athens in the 80s, if John played Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, it didn't matter if it's TK Hardy's or Thomason's or the O'Malley's or wherever. We were there watching you play. And when I married my wife in '87, she became a John Barry fan. So we've seen you the last 3 times I think you played. Semi-stalking you. Don't take that as we might be doing, but
I love it.
you know, we enjoy your music and we appreciate you playing and coming to see us. So before we let you play, our new magazine is out. I'll be finished tomorrow, being Friday, putting this out. So you can pick it up at all your area flash foods, your Harveys, your CVS, your Higgly Wiggly and Adel, and the Shell Station in Moultrie. So be sure and pick that up. It's got 5 of the beef eaters. That is 5, right? Am I counting? I'm seeing it from a distance. 5 guys on the cover. Defensive linemen, the big beef eater boys. I actually gave Travis his today. Travis plays at Colquitt County. That's a big boy. He's a state champion wrestler, and he scares me. I mean, I'm 50 years old, but that boy may be 17, 18, and just scares me. Got out of his truck, and he's massive. He's just a massive guy. So it was fun to see him. It was fun to go to Thomasville's practice today and watch him. You know, they talk about the heat and all that. Now, Thomasville, I'm sure all these other schools got. There was a guy sitting in a lawn chair. He had a cowbell and a stopwatch and an umbrella. And it was his job to make sure they stayed in certain times. He would ring the cowbell. It's water time, and they'd have to go, and they'd have to do it. All right, and when I got there was like 10 minutes left, and he said, "You got 10 minutes." There's a 10-minute cowbell, and then there was 5 minutes, and that's it. And so I appreciate Coach Marsh and all them following the rules to the T. I mean, to the letter. That guy in that cowbell said, it's time, it was time, and it was done. They were done. They got off the field. So, because you got to be safe. It's hot down here. It was 101 yesterday. I don't know what it was today. But this was 10 o'clock in the morning, and it was hot. So, it's getting there. What are we, 4 weeks away? So, I went over my schedule real quick. The first game I'm going to will be Clinch at Brooks, Saturday night, August 24th. And then Saturday night will be the Corky Kell Classic up in Atlanta, where Colquitt County and Camden will play, and I'm going to Thomasville TCC. Never been to this game before, so it's going to be a big one. Looking forward to that. All right, John is here. He's going to play a couple songs for us. Now, I was telling Master Sergeant before he came in here, or before he got here, John, that the first song you're going to play for us is "Give Me Back My America."
Yep.
And we've seen this song 3 times now, and it's standing ovation 3 times. And it was, I would say, and you may disagree, 3 different audiences. There was Madison, Athens, and Tifton. And I thought there were kind of 3 different audiences, but standing ovation every time.
Well, that's good. I like that.
Now, for you as an artist, and I don't mean for you to go, hey, look at me, but what does that mean for you to see an audience give you a standing ovation for a song?
Well, I'm just glad. I mean, that's the coolest thing in the world, to write a song that moves people. You know, that's what it's all about, is to be able to write something that stirs people's heart, you know.
Well, and when I was telling Master Sergeant, I showed him, I got the goosebumps right now. Just
that's air conditioning.
No, is it cold in here? No, it's I tell you what, especially in these times, I don't know. It doesn't matter what your political view is. It doesn't really matter. This song, and when he plays it, you'll hear it. I mean, if you don't get it, then you don't get it. I don't know why you don't get it, but you should get it. So my wife's sitting here telling me I'm talking too long. She's hitting me. She's wanting John to play.
I get that with my wife.
Yeah,
you know, Robin sings with me, and I can always tell when I've been talking too long. She starts scuffing her feet around.
Yeah.
That means shut up and sing.
She's hitting me in the leg. So I'm talking too much. She wants to hear John Barry sing. So John Barry, Give Me Back My America.
Watching the news today, people trying to make their way through a time it's hard to understand. There are those that pull their weight, they work hard to get home late just in time to get their kids to bed. news today. People trying to make their way through a time that's hard to understand.
All right, all right. Awesome song.
Thank you.
John, tell me now. You told the story. I mean, we've heard the story before of how you came to write this song.
Well, I wrote it a couple years ago. I was watching TV, which I've turned into my dad. I watch a lot of the news, you know. And I was watching on April 15th, a couple years ago, Tax Day. I was exhausted from paying my taxes, which is not my favorite thing to do. And but I was watching the news, and there were these people all gathering around all around the country having these tea parties. And I was like, shut up, how cool is that? People getting together, having parties, big protests, hold up signs that say our government sucks, and nobody's shooting them.
Yeah.
That's good. Some countries they'll shoot you for that, but not here. We can get together and do that. And it was pretty cool, and I just got really inspired. And the next day, my wife was going to go run some errands, and I said, I've just got a little idea. I'm going to go knock around, see if I can come up with something. And 37 minutes later, I had this song.
37 minutes took you to write that.
Yeah, it usually takes me about a year.
Now, the first time you played that in public, do you remember?
I don't remember. I was at some function. I had played it on the radio up in Atlanta for something. The very first time I'd ever played it for anybody, and the phones lit up, which was really cool. And but then I played it at some big function, a big rally of some sort, and it was pretty neat.
Now, if I read your Facebook correctly, you get to play this at the. Well, just tell everybody where you get to play this song.
Well, I'm going to the. I'm playing for the Georgia delegates at the Republican convention in Florida, and we have just put together a little email blast that's going out to all the delegates from all the different states, making the offer that I will be in Florida during the convention if they would like for me to come and play for their delegates. I'd be glad to do that. And of course, we do have some folks with the national convention that we've sent it to. You know, we don't know if they'll invite me to sing at the convention or not. So,
well,
I sure would dig that.
I'm confident when you blow them away in Florida, you'll go national with that. So you're going to hang out with us for a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. Jared, step up to the microphone. Master Sergeant's going to come on. And John, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Can we request a third song? Because you know the second one we want you to play is Real Man.
Yeah, sure.
And I've been debating all day, and I meant to get with Donna. You know, we talked about this today. What's our favorite John Barry song? We couldn't nail one down. So
let's do them all.
You know, I'll stay here all night. Don't worry about it. I got nowhere. Well, I got a couple kids, but they're fine. They're fine. All right, Jared, get us out of here. Let's go.
This is Jared Markham, and you are listening to In the Game High School Sports Magazine Radio in the Valdosta Toyota Studios on 105.9 WVGA.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Texas Roadhouse. They're one of ours?
Yep. They're the new
Why are we there eating?
I mean, that's what we have for lunch today.
You can turn off there.